everyone, welcome back. I've had quite a few requests on Twitter to do a collection Les Contrastes de Chanel, which is the new collection from Chanel. I've put my moisturiser on. I'm going to start off by using Chanel Vita Lumiere in 20. This foundation is great if you've got pretty good skin that's quite dry. If you have more of an oily skin, you might want to go for something like the Matte Lumiere or the Lift Lumiere or the Pro Lumiere. I'm using a MAC 190 brush. Using a MAC 263 brush, which is a little angled one, similar to a 266 but synthetic, just the closest one I have at hand, there's no other reason for it. I'm going to use the third colour across, which is Firewood from my Yavi palette. This is for my brows. It's a very similar colour to Concrete from MAC. And I have my quad. This palette is called Enigma, number 19, and it comes with this collection. I love this palette. In the past I found that the Chanel quads tend to have a much lighter payoff. So while they're nice on a more mature skin, I find that getting a real sort of build-up or any intensity quite difficult to get with those. These, not the same. These are really intense colours. Okay, these are the colours that come in this palette. The darkest one is like a very deep aubergine colour, or eggplant if you're from the USA. The second colour in is like, it's very similar to like a very dark shimmery bark or something like that from MAC. And the third one is like a deeper satin taupe, but not quite so frosted as a satin taupe. It's got more of a sparkle running through it, like one of the NARS colours. And the last one, which you can just see, is an iridescent pink. They're very beautiful. Other products in this collection I might as well just show you. There's two beautiful nail varnishes. There's Paradoxal, which is an unusual purpley colour, and then there's this really nice pink Jade Rose, it's called, which I'm actually wearing, which I like. I don't have everything from the collection, I have a few bits. I also have the Inimitable Mascara. The colour is beautiful, it's a plum. Will that show up? Probably not. It's a very deep aubergine plum type colour. I have a lip gloss in number 148, which is a really pretty sparkly pink. And then I have a blusher called Plum Attraction. It's a very dark plum. This is a beautiful blusher on pretty much every skin tone. Obviously, if you've got darker skin, you're going to want to use this, as it comes. The lighter skin you are, so if you're my kind of complexion, then you're going to want to use it more sparingly. Back to our quad. Just because there's 4 colours doesn't mean you have to use 4 colours. It's just a more economical way of purchasing products. So don't feel inclined to put all the colours on your eyes at once, unless you really feel like it. I'm going to use the darkest one, and I'll probably use these two end ones. Maybe I'll use a little bit of the pink as well as a highlight. Actually, I'll start all over the lid with the pink. Now, using a Louise Young LY38 brush, I'm going to take my second colour. I'm going to work that through the socket. And then blend using a 217. So the visual for this is quite strong and wintry and dramatic, just as you'd expect, so we'll kind of use these colours quite strong as well. Obviously you could keep blending them forever and make them lighter, but they are quite intense colours, so let's use them to their full potential. So I want to make this little V here in the outside corner a bit darker than everywhere else. Now, underneath the eye, I'm going to take the darkest colour. On a MAC 214, I'm going to take the darkest colour, the aubergine one, right underneath the eye. just bring that all the way along and elongate this inside corner. And then I'm going to lengthen the eye by bringing this out to join up, and then just flicking it up with this outside corner so it blends in. Using a tiny bit of water, I'm just going to wet my darkest eyeshadow. I'm just wetting my eyeshadow, but I'm just wetting the very outside edge of it, because sometimes you find that if you wet your eyeshadows you can seal them. So be very careful to just use the outside edge and use the same place every time. So by wetting our shadow, we've just turned it into a liquid liner. So I'm just going to enhance this outside corner here. Take that just through the lash line. Now just curling my lashes. And I'm going to use my Plum Inimitable Mascara. Before I do my bottom lashes, I'm just going to clean up under my eyes with some concealer. I'm using a MAC 224 brush and some Bobbi Brown Cream Concealer. I'll also use this just to shape our eyeshadow a little. I'm going to set the concealer under my eyes with MAC Prep and Prime, which I like because it's so fine and light. Now back in for my mascara for my bottom lashes. On my cheeks I'm going to use my Plum Attraction blusher, just a small amount. Now if you're going to use this and you've got fair skin, make sure you take your brush and you tap off most of the colour onto your hand first, otherwise you're going to end up with really red cheeks. And now on a big powder brush, I've got a MAC 150. I'm using some Chanel loose powder in 20. On the lips, I've got my gloss. I'm not going to put any lip liner on with it, the eyes are dramatic enough. Last of all, I'm just taking some of my wet eyeshadow and I'm just laying it along the waterline. Do a close up on the eyes for you. So that's the new collection from Chanel. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching. Bye.